Okay, let's go. Come on. If I have to be here, so do you. Okay, we got 56 games left. Yeah, I think that's what we got. We got 56 more times we have to do this until they miraculously make the playoffs, right? Right? Yeah. So, good morning on this cold it's snowing ish. It's like a step above flurries, but not much past that. So much like the Panthers, weather didn't exactly do what we expected it to do, but that's okay. Yeah, it's Friday. That's right. Hey Simon, how we doing, buddy? Yeah, you and me both. Hoping they start to get some wins together. It's. I'm still speechless from last night. I'm still speechless from last night, to be honest with you. Yep, Kenneth says the Leafs won 3 in a row. Here comes the hope. Why do I get sucked into the movie when you already know the ending? Yeah. Well, what happened to Wall? Do we have an update on his injury? Hey Derek, how you doing, buddy? So I'll look at the standings. I don't want to look at the standings. At least we're not alone in last place now. The Sabres are there. We have a game in hand. That's what we've been reduced to. We've been reduced to at least we have a. Do you understand that we have been reduced to at least we got a point against Nashville and at least we have a game in hand on the Sabres? Vincent says we're not going to throw at you. We're not going to throw at you that you're late again. That's just elder abuse at this point. We'll just call you old. I'm good. I'll take that. That's fine. Greg says embrace the suck. Beck says what up, my dudes? What is up? What are we going to freaking do? The Flames and the Preds. Vincent says collapse of the Titan. Yeah, funny and painful. It's. I was talking with my dad last night. I said it in the recap too. I said I've never seen a combination. I'm still speechless. I've never seen a combination of injuries, bad luck, and just flat out lack of puck luck. I've never seen a combination like this before. I mean, the way we lost that game, forget the fact that they tied it. I think we could all kind of see that the game was going to get tied. They had already had the one puck that was almost in the net. But Forsling just obliterates Bob, and Bob is on his back. And Stamkos just comes in and just shoots the puck into nothing. The net is gone. I mean, you just can't even write that. Lil J says we're so bad right now. Ice says we sold our soul to the devil and he's here to collect, unfortunately. And that's what my dad and I got to. He's like, karma's a bitch. I'm like, I'll take the 2 cups. I'll take the 2 cups. You know? Greg says, not really a Titan, missing its head. Yeah, not really a Titan. It's missing its head, its left leg, and spine. It's I've literally since last night, I've run out of words. It started last night in the recap. I have just run out of words to describe what we're seeing. Now, I don't want to give up, and I do mean what I said. about how I really kind of feel like, as bad as this is, and I know it's bad, I feel like as bad as this is, the season's going to be defined by those road trips in January. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We're going to have Tkachuk back. I think I'm going to imaginarily say I think it's safe to assume we'll have Tkachuk back by the Winter Classic. That's my guess. And so when we go out on the road January 6th, we will have had Tkachuk back, and he will have played a couple of games at least. And as easy as the homestand that we're having now looked, is as difficult as that road trip the whole month of January looks. Starting January 6th, at Toronto, at Montreal, at Ottawa, at Buffalo, at Carolina, and then back-to-back at the Capitals. So that's a 6-game road trip that ends with a back-to-back. We then come home for the one game against the Sharks on the 19th, and we go back out on the road for the Jets, Wild, Blackhawks, come home for one more against the Mammoth, and go back out on the road against the Blues, and then we've got a little bit of a homestand. So that 6 games, Leafs, Canadiens, Senators, Sabres, Hurricanes, Capitals. Those are the 6 games that I feel if we have Tkachuk back and we can get our identity back in January on the road, that's when we'll know which way the season is going. Not necessarily if we're going to win the cup or not, but if we're going to make the playoffs, it's going to happen on that road trip in January if they can get their identity back at that point. Beck says we've become the easy team. The other teams are saying, oh, that's an easy 2 points, right? Well, the other teams are working hard to beat us, though. I still don't want Stamkos. No, I mean, look, if Stamkos was like on the last year of his deal and he was making $2 million and we could have him at 4C for $1 million, okay. But I don't want any of these old, aging, decrepit veterans that have term after this year. I don't want to have to deal with their contracts at all. It's not worth it. We got 2 cups in a row. We will survive. You know what I mean? If we don't win it a 3rd time in a row, I guarantee you we'll all be okay. Real says rest up and revenge next year. It could happen. Vincent says the 3rd period stats were 12-3, or shots were 12-3. What do they expect when they stop playing and give away the initiative with a single goal advantage? I know. I don't even disagree. I don't think there's much that anybody could say that I would disagree with unless people want to trade guys away. Because whether or not this core of guys is going to win any more cups is not defined by this season because we're missing too many of the guys. If we were healthy and looked like this, then I'd be like, oh crap, we might have a problem. Beck said, yeah, it's a 6-game road trip with mostly swing games within the division. Exactly, Bex. That's where I'm looking for. Shine says, about a week after the Winter Classic, I am planning on going to the game in Ottawa. That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of dough on the credit card. Oh, that's a good question. Kenneth says, imagine this happened to a crappy team. They'd already have a top pick locked up. Yeah. Yeah, and we don't even have our freaking this doesn't help us at all. Even if we finish last in the NHL, it doesn't help us a bit. David says Stamkos seems like he's in the last year of his career. It wouldn't surprise me. Vincent says last night Forsling was a participant in both goals scored against, so he was -2. Verhaeghe got a goal and left his guy Stamkos in overtime. So Verhaeghe did nothing again last night. Call the search dogs. I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying. I don't know what the hell happened to. I mean, Forsling just runs over Barat. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Is it because the coaching, Simon? No, there's only so much Maurice could do. There's only so many different variations of the lineup that we're going to be able to produce. Somebody said it in the recap. The Luosterainen thing was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. That was the last straw for sure. You just aren't going to win with Greer and Boquist in your top 9, top 6 half the time. Especially when you got Samoskevich, who's kind of been ghosted. He's not playing poor hockey. Like, he's not getting beat. He's not, out of position or anything. Poor kid's out there trying to lay hits against the board. He's too small. He's not big enough yet. But he can't score. We got like 3 guys on the team that can put the puck in the back of the net. Before I go blaming Samoskevich too much, it's not like Lundell's lighting it up either. Yeah, Craig says, Swaggy even said not going to win many games with 1 goal, right? There's such a lack of urgency. Yes, there were bad efforts. We've been there, but the urgency is not. I honestly feel like they're just holding the sticks a little bit too tight right now. I think they're feeling some pressure. Maurice had said something about that too. Beck says, same boat here. I want to see them here in Denver next week. The tickets are pretty expensive, and I'm not sure if I want to see the Avs manhandle them. Yeah, I understand that. And yeah, we have played better against the high-end teams. That's for sure. Lil J says, I think other teams are exposing Forsling's fatigue. Yeah, you can tell he's played so much hockey. He really has. Jones and Mikla have been good, in my opinion. They've been pretty good. Well, Simon, we can't. There's nothing to do to get those picks back. Certainly not anybody's ones or anything. This is just one of those years that it just is what it is. There's really nothing to do. It's hard. It's hard, but you're not going to go, not going to go making trades with the way that this team is playing. We're not healthy. We're not a healthy team that's 1 or 2 guys away from being at the top of our game. We're in the last place in the conference for a reason. David says, it's difficult for me to complain a lot. I mean, we dominated a big chunk of that game, but the puck just won't go in. We should have had at least 3 or 4 possible goals last night. And excuse me. Saros was good last night. He made some saves. Bob played his ass off as well. It sucks that he really played a good game last night. You give up the 1 stinking goal, and you don't get 2 points. Vincent says, Maurice looks so defeated. It is, man. I can't watch him. And I don't mean that like not in a negative way. It's just he's lost a lot of hair in the last couple of months. It's every time you see him, he just – and I on one hand, I understand why. I wonder if he thought maybe they'd three-peat and he'd retire after winning 3 straight. You know what I mean? I know that he's got a contract extension, I think, through next year. But I wonder, let me see. When does it? It was a 3-year deal. He signed an extension in 24. The specific details weren't released. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not finding how long, but I just wonder if he thought they were going to just three-peat and he'd walk off into the sunset. Because he just seems so down, like you're saying, Vincent. It's like, hey, Paul, you won 2 cups. Like, we'll be okay if we don't win the 3rd in a row. I promise you, we'll be okay. Nobody wants to lose, but like, it's all right, man. It's like he's taking it personally, David, yeah, we lived in the Pred zones probably 50 minutes last night. Yep. Greg says the depth isn't as talented as we hoped, kind of why the Checkers are signing guys as well as the injury issues. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got some complementary pieces, but we need our regular group of guys. Vincent says, remember when we had Samoskevich last season? He cannot break through this time around. No, he's still a young player that needs to be surrounded by some of the guys doing the hard work. Bennett, Kachuk, Samoskevich. I hope that's the way it goes when Chucky comes back. I would assume, because even without Barkov, I would assume Rodriguez, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Bennett, Kachuk, Samoskevich, Lundell, Lusterine, and Marchand. I would assume that's the way it's going to go. I kind of feel like we'll see a better Bennett and Samoskevich when Kachuk comes back. Hopefully, because I really kind of feel like that's where he belongs. We're putting so much on so many guys that shouldn't have all that responsibility. Greer's a nice player, and he can step in and give you a game. But between him and Boquist, like I said, being in your top 9, we're getting the results that you would kind of expect with the roster that we're putting out there. Icy says, I honestly don't think it's an awful thing if we don't make the playoffs this year just because we can rest and recover. I believe that will actually help us in the long term for this franchise. Yes and no. Yes and no. Certainly the rest and recover would be helpful. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Business says that we're wasting Bob, Reinhart, and Marchand. Yeah, again, Marchand, again, that's another guy that we're putting a lot of, you know what I mean? Give Marchand 3rd-line minutes, and he's going to be, he's going to be active and energetic and everything. But he's just out there doing everything for us right now, and he is 37. So, but this is the year of the old guys, Ovechkin, Crosby. Tommy says Maurice might feel bad because he doesn't want to retire on a year like this. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of that I'm making up in my head about him maybe retiring, but he just seems so despondent. Like, damn. Jelly Ellie says the Lusterine injury is the reason why I thought we should have traded earlier in the season to help the team. Who's to say after Chucky comes back that we don't lose another guy due to injury? So I get what you're saying, Jelly. It's just we don't have the money to do it. I've said it before, when this roster is 100% healthy, we don't have cap space to keep everybody. The only reason that we're not having to move guys when Kachuk comes back is because Barkov's hurt. So, there's nothing that we could really do. The only trades we can make is if we send guys out as well, which kind of defeats the purpose. I hope so, Simon. I mean, we're going to put a lot of pressure on Kachuk, that's for sure. Tommy says we have a real chance of losing Maurice, Bob, and Samo after this year, according to the hockey guy. I honestly don't think any of that's going to happen. I heard that around. I heard that from the hockey guy as well. I respectfully, wholeheartedly disagree. Um, I don't think any of those things are going to happen. If Maurice decides to retire, I think of those three things, the only one that I would even give a little bit of a chance is maybe Maurice deciding to retire. If it went that way. But I don't think Samoskevich or Bobrovsky are going anywhere. Little J says if Barkov comes back and we make the playoffs, Samuel and Boquist would probably be our. Yeah, no, we had that's what you're saying, Little J, is we would have to bench Erod and play Samoskevich for the Cap. That's exactly right. We can't, unless you're going to bench somebody else. You'd have to bench somebody else. Boquist would already have to be out. Boquist is a non-factor. But when Barkov comes back, if you're in the playoffs, somebody making $3 million or more has to sit. It just is what it is. So Samoskevich, whether he's playing spectacularly or not, unless the roster changes through trade, he's going to play in those playoff games because of the cap situation. So it doesn't have to be Rodriguez out. I mean, you could sit Luosterainen. I don't like that. You could sit a Verhaeghe, right? I mean, that's really, to me, kind of the closer decision is if the playoffs right now, to be honest with you, I would sit Verhaeghe and play Rodriguez. And I know Verhaeghe with the Verhaeghe in overtime and the play. I understand that, but somebody's got to sit. And Rodriguez has been playing. He's just about our best player out there most nights, certainly energy-wise. So there's no guarantee that it would be Rodriguez, but somebody making $3 million or more would have to sit, unless there's something else that happens via a trade. Next is the Samuel Tkachuk Bennett line, second line would be big for us. Yeah. David says, I get it as I'm not a good loser either. And in fact, is a good thing that bothers him. Losing bothers winners. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying it to be critical. It hurts. It's like seeing a family member be down. It's like, hey man, don't be so hard on yourself, Kenneth says, if you're playing poker and you're dealt 7 to 8 times in a row, no matter how good you do, you're likely not winning. And at a certain point, you just laugh. Your skill didn't disappear. Right. Right. Luosterainen's at practice today. Good job, Aaron. Thank you. All right. That's good. That might mean he could come back. We'll see. That would be excellent news. Goldslayer says, while we're missing Barkov, Tkachuk, Luosterainen, Nosek, we really need Kulikov back. His hustle is what makes our play style possible. Need I remind everyone of his save in the cup that led to the win? Agreed. I think Kulikov is out the longest of everybody at this point. He says, poker is different in that you can at least short-term do everything right and still lose. Yeah, the night I took Kyle, he wanted to play blackjack. He played perfectly. He played exactly how you should play. He hit when you should hit and stay when he perfectly. And he lost his money. Mr. Vid says, if everyone is stressing out with us being last, just remember that the Blues were in last place in January, the year they won the Cup. Yep. Vincent says, the No Petrie experiment looked all right. Yeah, it did. It did. I don't know. I mean, that would be some wildness to have a Balinskis. Well, we'd have Kulikov back. I was going to say a Balinskis Sabrango pair in the playoffs. We would have Kulikov back. Real says, I'm not stressing out because I figured we weren't winning the cup as soon as I saw Barkov get hurt. Yeah. Vader says, I don't buy it, but it scares me. Leafs Discord pointing out Marchand hates to lose and left the Bruins despite being a team guy and a captain, thinking he will ask to be moved at the deadline. No. Oh, I mean, Leafs Discord has got to be, somebody could probably create an entire channel just laughing at the creativity. I'll say it in a positive word. Laughing at the creativity that the people on Leafs Discord come up with in new ways to somehow convince themselves that every player wants to play in Toronto. They're all going to Toronto, and it's a conspiracy if they don't end up in Toronto. You could probably make 2 to 3 videos a day of prime mocking content just looking at Leafs Discord and laughing at them. That's just wild. Medical says the only thing we can hope for is the conference stays tight until we get some of our players back. We're not that far out. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing here. Look, third place, we're 5 points out of third place. I mean, this is as bad as it's been. Forget the wild card. Just forget the wild card even exists. Canadians, Wings, Senators, Leafs, Panthers. Canadians at 31, Wings at 31, Senators at 30, Leafs at 29, Panthers at 26. We're 5 points out of third place. Okay. The Bruins were only 6 points out of the Bruins. We got 3 games in hand on the Bruins. Okay. So just as an imaginary example, if we had played 29 games at this point instead of 26, and we somehow won those 3 games, we would be alone in second place. So as bad as it is, and as much as we're sitting there scratching our heads, we have not played ourselves out of the situation. It's bad. But I still wonder if we would have said, would we take being 5 points out of a spot when Tkachuk came back? I think most of us would be like, all right, it's not great, but we'll take it. Beck says Chicken Chuck also sounded like he knew he was going to get put to work last week on the podcast. Was a nervous laugh in his voice. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. He knows. He knows. Patrick, are we this year's 2019 Blues? I mean, it can happen. The Blues surprised everybody, right? I mean, nobody was expecting that. So it's a little bit different being 2-time champs. You know, you can pull a run like that every once in a while because you got a fresh, rested team, right? Hey, Frank. David says there's 0 chance Paul Maurice leaves after a season where almost the entire team is injured. I would tend to agree with that. You know, I only say it's possible. Certainly, if we came back and won and three-peated, maybe. He just looks so depressed. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for the dude. Adonis, yeah, E2's back at practice. That's good news. Heat and Panthers flipped. I was expecting the 3-peat and the Heat to be the 11th seed, right? Swaggy has been getting a little bit better, yes. Frank says, anyway, I think our first and second lines need to be our more skilled player. Lundell, Swaggy, Marchand, Rodriguez, Bennett, and Reinhart. The other lines is not working anyway. Lundell with Swaggy and Marchand, Rodriguez with Reinhart and Bennett. Huh. I mean, it don't leave much left, But I can't disagree with those. But we might have Luosterainen back, so that would be good. Luosterainen skating on the first line. Oh, he's going to play. Okay. All right. That's good news. They probably said, look, kid, here's some Toradol for your burns. Wrap your foot up. We need you. Can somebody throw a fistful of macadamia nuts at Maurice and say, wake up? What do we got? Hold on a second. Velder says, think about the Leafs as they have almost more fans than all the other teams combined, which is why they have the presence. Yeah, no, it's true. It's just wild, the stuff that they make up. Real quick, David, let me get these super chats and then I'll answer that question real quick. Hey, thank you, Burned Oil. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, buddy. Says the Leafs situation is good distraction from our own situation. That's a pretty good point. That's a good point. Yep. Hey, MJ, how you doing, bud? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So happy Friday, TGIF. First week of December, 3 more till 26. As the great Lindy Ruff said in 1999, no goal. Headlines coming up. Thank you, buddy. So, David, to answer the question, no, we did not. We did not get out and DoorDash today. We looked outside. It was snowing and windy. And so what we're going to do instead tonight on the men's channel, Donna and I, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. We're going to do an inappropriate conversation on the men's channel tonight. I will post the link this afternoon on this channel, but we'll be live over on the men's at 8 o'clock. So everybody here's in a good mood. So it should be fun. It should be fun. Donna's here somewhere. She was here a little while ago. She must have fallen asleep in her chair. Either that or she's playing video games. Greg says, wonder if Marner trolls Leafs Discord. Great White says, I still disagree with the Stamkos goal. Poor Bob. No chance of saving that shot. Nothing is going our way. It's true. I mean, I hate it, but it's a goal. You know what I mean? I've seen that happen before, not with us, but with another team, maybe in the last couple of years, where the defenseman knocked the net off the moorings and they still counted it because the puck went over the line. So I knew immediately that it counted because I'd seen that maybe last year or something. Colby says, still way too early to make any conclusions across the NHL. I agree. Kenneth says, a few days ago, I looked at the overall standings. Number 1, Colorado to number 3, Minnesota was the same point difference as number 3, Minnesota to number 28 in the league. That's about right. Colby says, I'm confident Florida will get their shit together on what seems to be like an impossible road trip. I agree. The January situation. I went back. That was weird. The chat, that was weird. My chat jumped and went backwards on me. Huh. That was weird. Oh, MJ. Yeah, unfortunately it was, MJ. Unfortunately it was. No, because when the rule is that when it's your own player that knocks your own net off the moorings, play continues. Otherwise, guys, think about it. If the other team was swarming in the offensive zone and you could just whoopsies knock the net off the mooring and get a stoppage of play, think about it, MJ. Unfortunately, it's a goal. Kyle was asking the same thing. Yeah, we were going to do it. It's cold. It's cold. It's snowing. You know, it's cold and snowing. It's a lot easier to say you're going to get up and go DoorDash in the snow than it is to do it. So we just flipped it. We just said, let's just go live tonight. That'll just we'll make up for it that way. Who's that? Hey JC, how you doing, bud? Craig says, as bad as the Cat loss was over in overtime last night, Tampa kind of got hosed last night with the weak hand pass call. Yeah, you can't win every night, right? Beck says they're selling Barkov 26 Olympic jerseys. Well, now that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? That's interesting. Why would they sell jerseys of guys that won't even? That's wild. I guess they'll sell it with anybody's name, huh? David says, referee's discretion if you knock your own net off. Otherwise, defense would be doing that a lot. Right. Yeah. All right, MJ. Mythical says, on the bright side, Bob looked like he was in the zone last night. I agree. He looked good last night for sure. Here we go. Hey, thank you, Frank. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated, bud. So he says, on the bright side, the team within reach don't have injuries except the Leafs. What does that say about us when we get healthy? I think the rest of the league are praying we don't get healthy. There you go, Frank. That's the way to look at it. But it's bad. It is bad. But if you really wanted to condense it down into one sentence full of cope, we'll just condense it all down into one sentence full of cope. Despite losing 4 straight, we're still only 6 points out of second place with 3 games in hand. Despite losing 4 straight, we're still only 6 points out of second place with 3 games in hand. We okay. We got to stop losing. We got to stop losing to the Flames and the Preds. Mythical says, who knows, maybe that can even be a new channel, Dashing Adventures. Well, yeah, Donna don't want me to miss the noon streams. I don't disagree with her. So I'm not throwing her under the bus. But she wants to make sure that I'm here. Kenneth says, Jaws, the new rule in 2024 is if the net is knocked off by the defense and there is an imminent scoring chance and the puck would have went in if the posts were still there, where's the rest of it? Okay, so I'm going to assume that the rest of that is that means it's a good goal, right? An imminent scoring chance. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks we can't do it live. If I get a better phone and we work it out differently, we'll try it. Oh, hey MJ, thank you, MJ. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, buddy. All right, what we got? We got sports headlines. Kyler Murray and Brian Branch out for the year. Eldon Campbell's COD is drowning. You'll have to explain that one to me. The World Cup draws today. Ryan Kessler to be indicted in Michigan court. Michael Jordan testifying in an antitrust case. And the Olympic ice, LOL. So, what is Eldon Campbell's COD is drowning? We'll have to explain that one to me. Anybody see not just Murray and Branch? Anybody see that hit? Not the hit, but CeeDee Lamb last night hitting his head. Then it's a goal. Kenneth. Yeah. And that's what we had, right? I mean, that's exactly what it was an imminent scoring chance. I mean, Bob's doing snow angels. It's unbelievable. I mean, it wasn't his fault. It was just like wild. Yeah, exactly, JC. Yeah. Well, she's JC, she's how can I put this? She understands it's part of her future too. You know what I mean? It's she doesn't view me as a separate entity to her as other people have. She views it as a team. Oh, see what he means, cause of death. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, now I got you. Okay. Yeah. I'm old and slow, MJ. David says, so how in the hell did they not build the Olympic ice to NHL standards? Yeah, Eldon Camp. Yeah, I didn't realize he had passed away. I knew the name, but I didn't realize he had passed away. He drowned? Jeez. Am I looking forward to the Olympic format? I mean, it's going to be something new and different, Simon. That's for sure. Especially if the Panthers are still losing, it'll give us a little bit something extra to do. I'm really, really interested to see what the interest is going to be, because even out of all of the playoff games and 3 straight Cup finals, the stream that got the most viewers by far was the first United States Canada stream. We had 1,700 people on at one point during that stream. Now we've only reached just about 1,000. I think Game 6 and Game 7, the first Cup against the Oilers, but none of those streams ever got anywhere near that 1,700 that we got for the first United States Canada stream. So I'm really curious to see how that works out. It's considered too short for the women. Oh my gosh. How do you do that? How do you you have one job, like one job. That's wild, MJ. JC says she wants it to succeed as much as we do. It's awesome to see. It's hard to find. No doubt. No doubt. 100%. NHL says it won't send players to the Olympic ice if it's too short. Good. Leave it. Leave it the way it is. Oh, Vincent says if the Olympics are kaputs, the NHL is going to reshuffle the schedule, right? No, don't give him any. No, give everybody the month off. Everybody gets a month off. That could be like the best thing ever for us. If our guys could just, right before a playoff push, just go take 3 weeks off, I'd love it. They're going to fix the ice. How do you do that? How short is it? Oh, don't you hate it when you expect something to be a certain size and it's too short? Damn. Ryan Kessler is being charged with serial assault. Cereal assault. Is that when you put chocolate milk on your Cocoa Puffs instead of regular milk? David says it's very uncool. The NHL guys used a certain size and will be flying into the boards. Yeah, no, they can't. Oh, sexual assault. Well, I like the serial assault better. I'm not going to crack a joke about that. Oh my God, that's funny. Kenneth says just hold the Olympic hockey elsewhere. Cancel it. Nah, don't cancel it. Don't cancel it. Vincent says, not long ago, Olympic ice was European size. That's not a big deal. Isn't European bigger, though, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there, but I thought, is the European ice bigger? Donna says, I recognize without all the love and support you give this family, we couldn't have this. I don't think Jaws is even employable in the real world at this point. I think she means that as a compliment, but oh, I'm not, I, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. JC. Oh, oh my God. All right, MJ. So it's yes. I cracked a joke. What a muppet. I know. I know. I used to be funny. JC says there was a backhanded compliment, still a compliment. Yeah. I can tell you what. I don't think I think my idea about I could get up early and work, I think that's in my imagination now. I used to always no problem get up early in the morning and do stuff. My bones hurt. My bones hurt, man. I have learned now if I had to work from 6 till midnight, I'm good. Like I got all the energy at night, probably because of all the stuff I take. But that's a different story. It's a completely different story. It was a backhanded compliment. Yeah, it's okay. I'll get her back tonight. We're doing inappropriate conversations on the men's channel at 8:00 tonight. So, well, I keep my mouth shut. David said even the Russians got the rinks right in Sochi, but apparently it's beyond the Italians. How you got one job? Like you just got one job. It's unbelievable. Kenneth says it wasn't Olympic size, and it wasn't even NHL size. It was 3 to 4 feet short of NHL size. That's crazy. That's crazy. Holy crap. Thank you, Great White. Thank you, brother. Thank you, bud. Much appreciated, buddy. He says, don't stop the noon show. It's my therapy. Yeah, I know. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We still put it together with fiddlesticks and lollipops. We'll continue to figure it out. Yeah, we're good. Donna is like that little voice that's in the back of my head that keeps me from, she keeps me straight. We do the same thing for each other, though. We're very, very similar. We both have personalities where we'll talk a big game, and then the other one will be like, "You ain't gonna do that. You ain't getting up and doing that. Just sit down." But we do it to each other because we're both kind of the same situation where we were both young and energetic and vibrant and did all the crazy stuff. And in our heads, we still think we can do it, but our bodies won't let us anymore. So when one of us gets off with a crazy idea about what we're going to do, the other one's just sit down. Just sit down and watch your YouTube. It'll be okay. So it's good. It works. It works. David says work effing sucks. Don't do it. It's a trap. Yeah. All right, here we go. JC says, don't stop the noon shows. It gets me through the day. It's when I realize I have 4 more hours of work to go. All right, bud. You guys got it. You got it. Hey, thank you, MJ. Here we go. This will be fun. Thank you, brother. Thank you, MJ. The world headlines. I'm almost afraid to look. Netflix is buying HBO and Warner Brothers. So soon, everything is going to be owned by Disney, Netflix, and Amazon. It's just going to be 3 companies left. They caught the DC pipe bomber guy. See what the best part about that is I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who the DC pipe bomb guy is. That's how behind I am. Nope, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying a woman and a man are getting married on June 13th. This one I saw. A raccoon was found drunk in a Virginia liquor store. I heard that one yesterday. They found them. It's true. They found them passed out. They found them passed out in the bathroom, I think. Jeez. So, MJ, I don't know if you know, but the two names that you've put there in the super chat, I made a pact with myself that the entire season on both channels, I will not utter those names. I won't do it. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. And when I commit to not doing something, I'm really good at that. Thank you again, MJ. Donna's dying over there. The funny, crazy thing is the Olympic ice is supposed to be bigger than the How? Thank you again, MJ. Thank you again, everybody. Yeah, the raccoon one, I can just envision. I wonder if they got film of that. Hey, Dana. Oh, Dana, just another situation that I got myself into, thinking I was going to do something. And then when it came time to actually physically have the physical energy to do it, I kind of looked at Donna and I was like, we don't have to do that. We're going to do an Inappropriate Conversations live stream tonight at 8 o'clock. Well, we're done. And Donna still may do the door dashing. It's just we looked at the weather and we thought, because we're stupid, we thought that door dashing in the snow, because it's snowing outside, we thought it would make for good content. And it probably would have. But we woke up and we saw the wind and we saw the snow and we saw it was 26 degrees outside. And our body said, At 34, maybe, but at 54, the house was warm, the chair was comfy. You follow what I'm saying? I'm sure she's going to start door dashing. And just we thought maybe we'd do it together. The original idea was to kind of do it together, to stream it. And then I did a test stream yesterday, and that wasn't going to work out. We were going to stream it for the members. So that didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. So it's still in the back of our heads, though. MJ says the pipe bomb, the DC pipe bomb guy. Boy, say that one. Is the guy who placed the pipe bombs. Oh, at the headquarters in 2021. Okay, boy, that's that's 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago. That's wild. MJ. Yeah, no, I know. I certainly can't say it while Donna's watching, because if she sees me go back on my word, then I'm in trouble. Icy says, I'm that raccoon when I watched the Panthers this year. Oh, man. Not doing it, Gray White. Do not eat the McDonald's pickles, fries. Oh, that would be Donna's gig. Donna likes the fast food and all of that. I just look at that stuff and my stomach turns. He dated his younger daughter's friend. Yeah, Dana. Yeah, Dana does the delivery stuff. Yeah. Exactly. We got a 12-game win streak to look forward to, right? Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, bud. What's he got? Honorable mention. A baby seal walked into a New Zealand bar or restaurant. Not a joke. It sounds like the beginning of a joke. So a baby seal walks into a restaurant. That's wild. Now, was there a great white chasing him? 2 jokes in one day, Vincent. 2 jokes in one day. Yeah, Jaws got a million things to do. Anybody, Miss Jaws, anybody who's ever sent me an email knows I have a million things to do. It's usually about a 3-day wait time. Which, MJ, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna respond. I promise you, MJ, that it will take me less time to respond than it took you. MJ and I, we try to text each other, and we're both so bad with remembering to respond that by the time one of us responds, it's like 6 months later. But now it's just a thing that we do. So it's just like, I think we're competing to see how long. I think now it's a competition. Oh boy. I gotta say it one more time. Do not try the McDonald's pickles fry. Oh. Yeah, I can't get in trouble. Is that the Grinch Happy Mailbox? Is that? Oh, since there's a few more people here, I just want to show this drawing again. So there's a girl that's been here on the chats named Deborah. Her daughter is Delaire, and she sent this drawing to us. I just want to make sure if anybody else hasn't seen it in the last couple of days, I'm going to be framing it and putting it over here. She sent this drawing and also a little bracelet with BM 63s for Brad Marchand 63. So it took me a couple extra days to open it up. I just wanted to make sure everybody had seen that, because I know not everybody sees the stream every day. But how awesome is that? How awesome is that? So we're gonna get that framed and we're gonna put that right over there. Yeah, pickle fries. It doesn't sound good. Google the baby seal news. Okay, I just reached to put my glasses on. All right, let me see. Baby seal, there it is, walks into a bar. Oh, they got it on film. They got it on camera? Hold on a second. Can I? Oh, I don't want to pay for it, Washington Post. Let me see if NBC News. If I can watch it, I'll play it. It's loading the ad. The ad. I'm going to wait for the ad. I'll share the page, and then we'll watch it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's paused. Let's see. Let me share the page. Baby seal. All right, let's go. What do we got here? I can't hear, but I assume. Look at him. He's so cute. It's like a little dog.
Serving customers setting up Christmas decorations, and a baby seal just
now
walked
you
in
go
the front door by itself.
Oh my God.
Everyone thought it was a dog at first because we're a dog-friendly establishment. And then I did a double take and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a seal. What's going on? So it was pretty crazy. From there, the seal wandered around through the bar. In the video, you can see someone throwing their jersey.
Oh my God, look at him. It's like a little doggy.
Came in the front door.
It's like a little puppy. He don't know where to go.
But he ended up hiding in our bathroom for a little while.
Well, that's what
then
Fluffy
he had
used
under the
to
glass
do.
Cleaner, which we turned
when Fluffy was a puppy,
and we lured him out with a dog crate.
He would wrap himself around the toilet because the tile was cold and the toilet was cold.
Said, grab the salmon,
I've got a picture of him somewhere.
And then
he would go into the bathroom and wrap himself around the toilet because it was so cold. That's wild. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Quit while my head, Jaws. It's like I say to Donna. Some of the crazy stuff I say, I just say it for her reaction. She's like, stop saying that. Because while she's laughing, I'm like, I'm only saying it to make you laugh. Silva says, trade alert. The Panthers have traded their injury luck to the Colorado Avalanche in exchange for the Avs' injury luck in Sam Bennett. Can it be for Hagee instead of Bennett? We need Bennett. Yeah, MJ, we're the same there. You forgot to mention Sam Bennett's clone signed in Colorado. Oh, his clone. Okay. Yeah, that baby seal. As a comic, I'm a great sports streamer. It is what it is. Right? Oh my gosh, that baby seal was something else. There you go. Mount says, I just want to say nothing will ever erase the last amazing 3 years. Let's keep it positive, guys. Too much negativity this year. Go Cats. It's hard. It's hard. I don't disagree with you. It's, I don't go on social media. I don't go on Twitter for the most part, so I can't look at it for the most part. Yeah, look out for the Jackets and the Islanders this week, and that's for sure. Oh my God, how you doing, Patel? You see how he says also the drawing is much better than the Detroit Tigers 27 mascot. If you guys go back to the stream last night, I'm going to have Kyle do a separate stream with it. He was showing some of the hysterical mascots. And because we were talking about how the Winter Classic jersey is supposed to be what the mascot would have looked like back in the 20s. And so middle of the game, Kyle starts showing all these old drawings. Holy hell in a handbasket. I got to clip that, in fact. Thank you for reminding me about that, Patel. I'm going to clip that this afternoon. I'll put it out on the channel because he showed, 4, 5, 6 different drawings. But the first couple were just absurd. Yeah, Fluffy would wrap himself around the toilet. Yeah, when he was a little puppy. It's funny. Donna saw a picture of him the other day with Ellie, and she was confused because it was when Fluffy was smaller than Ellie. I'm like, no, that's the first day we got him. He was smaller than the cat. Donna says, I like to walk around the house and scare. Son of a bitch. She gets me while I'm doing the dishes. Can you believe this? The woman has a man that does the dishes, and she finds it amusing to come up to me, and I'm like, so I'm off in my own world. There's a window there. Maybe I'm looking outside, watching some birds while I'm washing the dishes. She thinks it's funny. I keep telling her, there's no inheritance if you kill me. There's nothing there. This channel is your only inheritance at this point if I'm knocked off. So it says, no, we're trading to get the Avs injury luck and Sam Bennett. Oh, now we got 2 Sam Bennetts. Gotcha. Yeah, MJ, congrats to Verhage and his first kid. Yeah. He was door dashing for orcas and sharks. He was so cute. I can't believe he went and hid in the bathroom like that. Oh, my God. Oh, Simon, I don't know any jokes off the hand like that. I actually don't. I think Donna can count. Donna, have I ever like maybe once I've told you a joke that somebody else told me? I'm not a jokester that way. I'm just thinking that out loud. I really don't even have that gene. No doubt. This is definitely better. Yeah, that actually wouldn't have been a bad Winter Classic logo. It's not a bad idea. That definitely needs to be on a jersey for sure. Yeah, Donna's very sneaky. Colin says, so E2 might be back during the back-to-back depending on the doctor clearance and the pain tolerance. You cleared. Dr. Gerson says you're cleared. Dr. Jaws, Dr. Gerson, Dr. Kyle, Dr. MJ, Dr. Maurice, all of the doctors say you're cleared, E2. Get your ass out there. Okay? You can't hurt worse than my back getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Take some Toradol. Get your ass out there. We got Boquist in the top 6. Come on, kid. Oh, man. Yeah, we're getting a frame. Yeah. Yeah, Donna's not a joke person anyway, so it works out. It works out. Patel says, so I heard the hockey guy say the Panthers have a 52% chance of making the playoffs. Forget the site he got the info from. I would sort of agree with that. Like I said in my earlier statement, coping, we've lost 4 straight, and we're 6 points out of second place, but we have 3 games in hand. Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, bud. Thank you, MJ. He says, if I was a real doctor, What would I practice and where? To be I would be an acupuncturist. I would be a Eastern medicine doctor. If I was going to be a doctor, I would have stuttered, and that's why I'm not a doctor. I would have studied Eastern Chinese medicine, and that's what I would have done for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I already know how to do the acupuncture. I just can't do it on other people because, yeah, you need a license, I guess, something like that. Something like that, right? You'd be a dermatologist. That's interesting. Yeah, you can never be a surgeon, shaky hand. I used to have good hands. Now my eyes are so bad with my glasses on because I have a medication I have to inject. I do my own injections. And when I'm putting the cap back on the needle to get ready to throw it away and dispose it, even with my glasses on, I'm like, I can't tell you how many times I've poked my own finger trying to put the cap back on the needle because I'm like, I can't see, but it's my depth perception. When I went into the military, I was this close to I was gonna be a pilot, but at the very end with the vision test, my depth perception was so bad. They were like, no. I had passed all the tests, I had the scores, I had the whole thing, but my eyes, I had 20/20 vision, but my depth perception was so bad. They were like, you're gonna think you're 1,000 feet off the ground, you are already dead. So they don't let you fly if your depth perception is bad. So, but now I can't even put the damn cap on the needle anymore with the glasses on. I'm like, how bad can this be? Yeah, it is what it is. Donna gets a kick out of it because she just, all day I'm doing stupid stuff because I can't see. And she just cheers, oh, for fuck's sake, or son of a bitch, or damn, like at least a half dozen, probably more like a dozen times a day. And that's why she just wants to stay at home. She wants to stay home and laugh at me. MJ says a lot of people in sports go to like PT or orthopedics. Yeah. Simon, I wish we could trade for somebody else's injury luck. That's for sure. Yeah, and ACL and MCL doctors have a lot to look at. I would have made a decent surgeon back in my young days, but I don't want no surgeon that's got glasses on. It's like I want a young person that's got great vision and steady hands. My hands used to be steady when my parents owned the print shop. I was a typesetter, but that was before computers. That's when you would literally have the type printed out and you'd like cut it and paste it like arts and crafts. McDonough, yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm her entertainment all day long. So, yeah, the younger generation's coming in to be doctors, scared. Well, I'm on the just don't get sick health plan. I'm on the how much longer would I have lived anyway health plan. That's my health insurance. Like I'm already 54. If I get a condition that's going to kill me in 20 years, how much longer was I going to live anyway? I do what I can. You know what I mean? It would working the job for the insurance would put me in the grave long before whatever else was wrong with my body is going to put me in the grave. So it is what it is. Exactly, MJ. All right, everybody, I got to roll. I got to go do the eBay pack and ship. I'm going to post a link in the community channel on this channel. I can't talk. I'm going to post the link to the show tonight that's going to be on the men's channel. Donna and I, 8-ish, are going to be doing an inappropriate conversation stream over on the men's channel. I will post the link to that on this channel some point this afternoon. Yeah, I get the dropsies all day long. That's for damn sure. And he says, Money Puck has us at 39.5 to make the playoffs. I would not take that bet. Those odds are way too high. in terms of placing money on it, that payoff's not enough. 40%, no, that's too high to risk any money. That means they still have confidence we're going to make the playoffs. If I was going to bet for us to make the playoffs, I would wait till we were down to like 25%. Otherwise, there's not enough money in that for me. So yeah, we're going to be on the men's channel tonight. So all right, everybody. Thank you all very much. Appreciate all the super chats, all of the love. Really appreciate it. Remember, the Cope sentence for the day is we've lost 4 in a row, but we're still only 6 points out of second place with 3 games in hand. If you do the math, if we win the games in hand, we're in second place. I'm just saying. I'm not making it up. It's the truth. So have fun spreading that one around. Yeah, Donna, I'm getting Donna drunk tonight. The answer to that question is yes. So who knows what the hell is going to happen. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, so we'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock.